Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf. We are back with another My Hero Academia anime episode review for you guys as we are coming back from the break because the Olympics have finally concluded. That's the reason why the break happened, but listen, warranted. The break was all worth the wait from what I saw this week's episode.
Yeah. All this time I've been questioning how is Deku going to be Shigiraki now? But I guess I guess that's one question answered.
Yes. We get the revelation of a new quirk. The final quirk in One For All's arsenal, and that is the second user of One For All. The one that looks like Bakugo.
hmm
Very interesting episode. Very interesting episode. Listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm just happy My Hero's back because I need something to talk about My Hero because My Hero's over.
Ah, you poor soul. I forgot. Yeah.
This is the last My Hero new content I'm gonna get. And then when that finally ends, no more Saturdays, My Hero Academia anime episodes. No more My Hero Academia Sundays. It's all coming to an end.
You'll still have other stuff that you can watch and,
I know.
and
I know. All
at,
my
at least you'll be free on your schedule and now a little more free on your schedule now to watch other animes that I recommended to you. Hmm.
I need Black Clover to come back so it can ease my heart.
That. Yes.
Anyways, let's get to this week's episode because this week's episode was crazy. Just pun entirely intended. The gears have shifted.
I'm not gonna lie, I literally got One Piece vibes from when he was like Gear Second. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of got me. Mm.
Anyways,
What?
we
What?
find out. I already said this the last new episode review, but we find out how Deku was able to get to the UA Battle Dome or the Coffin in the Sky. The fighter jet pilots ended up showing up. I'm the one under Star and Stripe, and they basically showed up to tell Deku, like, here, we're here to carry the honor of Star and Stripe. So then her vision for the world is obviously just peace and saved. So here's your boost. Deku just ended up using Black Whip to fling himself, and I guess he propelled himself at so fast of speeds. He was able to get there. That's where we get the cliffhanger we had 2 weeks ago, where he attacks Shigiraki, and then here we go. So we have Deku and Shigiraki finally squaring up with each other. Now Shigiraki, because one, the All For One persona within him has finally taken over. He realizes that Deku was using Fajin because he's like, oh, that burning light. Whatever. Deku's ready to scrap and everything, but then he looks back.
He was looking at, hey, is everybody okay? Is everybody? He sees Bakugo laying there, dead. And I guess, yes, I think we all know what will happen next.
Go ahead.
Well, Deku is trembling, Shigaraki is monologuing, and now Berserk Deku is back.
Yes, Berserk Deku is returned. The last time we saw Berserk Deku, it was season 6. So last season. Shigaraki's making the mention because this is really the All For One persona. He's just like, good. Like Emperor Palpatine good. He's like, give in to the hate. Give in to your anger. Good. Because he knows if Deku's upset fighting, he's going to leave himself wide open and vulnerable for One For All to be taken away from him. who ends up calming down Deku from this rage state?
Huh. Mario.
And what does he exactly say?
Word for well.
Well, not word for word, but a summary.
Let's just say he's just reassuring Deku. We haven't lost anything yet. We're still fighting and everybody's still alive. And what's his face is trying to revive Bakugo. I forgot his name.
Headshot. How do you forget?
Yeah, Headshot. I mean, he's not that well known of a hero. Let's be real. I mean, at least among the other heroes, at least.
No disrespect, Zel. No disrespect. My Hero Academia community fans would be slapping you right now.
Yes, I know. Send me all your slaps right now. Sorry about that, guys.
Headshot has been known since early seasons of My Hero Academia, and he was a top 10 hero.
Okay, sheesh.
I'm not saying this. The community would be saying this.
Yes, and you're continuing now. Continue on with the review.
Anyways, I gotta always prove I'm right. Right. Anyways,
pull up to 1v1 of Dragon Ball Fighters right now, pussy.
I don't play that game no more. That game's extinct.
Pull up to 1v1 of Dragon Ball Universe 2 right now, pussy.
Anyways, I don't play that game either. I'm playing Gunless. Thank you very much.
You're lucky there's no PvP in that game. I turn around and beat your ass.
Oh, sure you will. Sure you would. But you don't know about that. Anyways, back to the review on your regular scheduled programming. So Deku calms down. He figures out, and he remembers back to when Daigoro Banjo told him, like, hey, use that rage and channel that rage and put that rage into your heart, essentially. Deku remembers that. He calms down. He's back to normal and everything. And he looks like he's about to scrap. And you just get this great panel shown with the vestiges of One For All behind him. He's got Black Whip wrapped around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes are not whited out anymore. They're just, they're greened out like he was when he was going rage mode, but his pupils are there, and he just looks badass in this scene. He ready to scrap. He ready to go. He's like, all right, it's time to kick some Shigiraki ass right now. So the thing is, he's doing his whole thing. Now Nana Shimura's vestige appears, and she's like, Izuku, look. And she sees her son, one of the fingers of this monster-looking form of Shigiraki, and the son gives her a dirty look, like, "You left me, mother," and she's just like, again, she's heartbroken over this. This is her grandson that her pupils is fighting right now. And we know because they do a flashback of the fact is like when they refresh your memory of the fact when Nana Shimura was basically begging Deku, like, listen, I need you to do the deed and I need you to kill Shigaraki if there's no other chance of saving him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, to Nana Shimura, this is eating up at her. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. I bet you if she could go back in time, she would completely not leave her son. Obviously, she left her son for good reason. She didn't want her son to be used by All For One. But by her running away or leaving her son, well, he ends up turning into a terrible father. And it clearly had an effect on Sugar.
Yeah, abusing his own son. Like, oh my god, I still remember that. Ugh.
I wouldn't say he abused his son. He was kind of disowning his son. Or he hated the fact that his son looked at a picture of his mother.
So all those hits that he gave Tenko Shimura was not abuse to you?
Well, it was abuse, but it was more verbal abuse in my opinion. More verbal and mental abuse. I guess you could say he did get physical.
Yeah, especially at the end there. He literally used, I guess, some kind of uh, metal pole.
So we end up starting the fight between Deku and Shigaraki. This fight was just absolutely epic. Oh my goodness, absolutely epic.
Mhm.
Anyways, continuing on, the fight starts off. Shigaraki charges in, Deku blocks the attack, and basically Shigaraki's like, your little Fajin move ain't gonna work on me no more. I know how to counter that. Now that's all for one. Obviously, again, just a reminder for everybody, especially you anime only fans. This is the all for one persona within Shigaraki talking. All for one is in complete control of Shigaraki's body. Shigaraki's still in there. Well, he's just like pushed back down into the depths. Now Deku counters this. He uses a combination of Black Whip and Fajin to make this move called Black Chain.
That was so sick.
Now it throws Shigaraki away. And then that's when obviously Shigaraki's like, please, if you think that move is gonna work again, that ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna counteract your move. Then freaking Deku just is up in the air. He's on this
Hmm.
platform that is flying.
Those hand movements, though. Those
Go
hand
ahead.
movements.
Go ahead and
Like,
say.
oh my God. I'm no, I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say that those hand movements were insane and badass. Like, holy cow.
So, the new quirk, the second user of One for All's quirk. The quirk that, well, we've been waiting to see. The quirk that, what is it? The second user told Deku when he was trying to fly to UA, you can't use it yet. And we see why he can't use it yet because, well, I'll get into it in a quick second. But, the quirk is called Gearshift. Essentially, now back in his day, he could only affect like items to be able to move at high propulsions of speed, right?
Hmm.
But now the fact that One for All obviously is ingrained with this quirk, and throughout the years, One for All has been grown in power, which is probably at its strongest right now. Now it can actually affect Deku's cells in his body to the point he's moving a lot faster than, well, shit, the naked eye. He's moving at super, super, super speed, and Shigaraki can't pick up on this. Now, the only downfall to this whole thing is he gets an increased boost of power, and he's a lot faster to the point he could probably keep up with Shigaraki. The only problem is he's got a time limit.
Yeah. So 5 minutes. Can he beat Shigaraki in 5 minutes?
Oh,
Because apparently, if he fails, then the world is doomed. Apparently, according to yeah, according to them.
yes, yes. So, Deku has to do the Goku versus Frieza special.
Mm, Probably not as extended, but yeah. Because Frieza was like, in 5 minutes, this planet will become space dust, but it ended up being longer. And he's like, I did not use enough power.
Well, you got to remember, real time, they're moving so fast that 5 minutes is legitimately like probably like 1 minute to them because they're moving that fast. That's the thing people don't understand. Yes, they can say, animes can say a statement, well, you got to beat me in 5 minutes. Well, if they're moving very fast, well, they're moving literally at light speed. So that means it's only like 1 second at this point in time. So obviously, you know, 5 minutes to us because we're watching the episode is going to seem longer in real time, but to them in the actual show, well, it's the snap of my finger, if not even faster than that. Probably even before I even raised my finger. Um, so he unleashes it. It's got a nice little hand movement. He just goes in. It shocks Shigaraki to the point he's like, "The fuck." And he hits one hit, second gear, then he like third gear, and then you think, oh, maybe he's like One Piece, he gonna say fourth gear, and then maybe fifth gear. Ah, okay. No, he's like, fuck that. We're going Top Gear in this bitch. Uh, it freaking blows a hole in Shigaraki. He then follows up with that, and Deku was doing all these crazy moves. He then does another. He's still using Gearshift. He adds Fajin on it and gets behind him. And the second user's like, all for one, this Quirk has grown in strength. It ain't what you remember it used to be. And he basically confirms that Deku is essentially using not 50% one for all. Not 70% one for all.
120. But when I figured that out, when I saw that, I was like, huh? What?
I thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. But I was gonna say not even 100%. You killed it! But whatever, he's going 120%. So to My Hero Academia fans saying, well, Deku never really went 100%. Yes, he did. He has went 120%, which is even higher. This officially makes him stronger than All Might. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
All Might, now, again, we never got to see how truly strong All Might was in his prime. We only saw the latter half of his hero career. But you would have to think, Deku right now is probably stronger than maybe latter half prime latter half prime All Might. Maybe he might, dare I say, maybe they're, again, I don't know. We don't know unless Horikoshi ever has a moment or a panel where people ask questions and stuff like that. And they ask him, hey, when Deku went 120% against Shigaraki, does that mean he's stronger than Prime All Might? And if Horikoshi says yes, well, he says yes, he's the author. So, whatever he says, I live by. So, this man goes 120% one for all. I remember when the man barely could handle 5%. Shit, even 1%. Now this man is 120%. And he don't break his limbs.
They grow up so fast, man.
I know, right? All right. The crazy part is he's done this in like basically a year. That's the crazy part when you think about it.
That is crazy.
He's come this far in a year. I still remember, and it's funny because I'm watching Totally Not Mark's My Hero Academia review, which I'm very excited to see his latter half of My Hero Academia. He just finished his season 3 review. And we remember back in season 3, the farthest Deku could go, was 5%. That was the farthest he could go. And the fact that now he's 120% one for all. Just sheer tear. Now it's funny because I envision we're gonna get this exact same moment in the movie when he's going up against fake All Might, or how I like to call him, Fake Might.
That's an interesting nickname, yeah.
I can't wait to see that movie. I hear that movie is doing really well in Japan. I need to see that goddamn movie. I want to see it. I've just seen the animation, and I think I know a part where he might be using Gearshift. Because he's definitely going to be using Gearshift in this movie.
Holy cow.
Anyways, so we see this. We do get a little bit of a flashback of All for One back in the past. He was fighting the second user, and the man had tears down his eyes. Now, if you remember, the second user and the third user, they were kind of underlings for All for One. And obviously, the second and third user saved his brother from whatever prison All for One put him in. And All for One just choking this guy, and he crying. He got freaking tears down his eyeballs. He's like, why? Now, All for One a crazy MFer. So he must have taken it personal at the fact that, why did you take my brother from me? And why'd you betray me? So he looks pretty menacing in this in this shot.
Yeah.
So words of the wise. Don't piss off one all for one like that. Now it seemed like in the past he tried to like get him in the back of the head, but that didn't work. And all for one is just crushes the bullet or whatever, and he's like,
I think it was a dagger. I think it was
huh?
a little dagger. I think it was a little dagger.
Whatever it was, he was trying to kill all for one. He was trying to give him a headshot. Um, and all for one's just like insignificant insects. And I'm guessing that's when he killed the second user, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing.
So yeah, I would envision maybe at that point in time, that's when the second user passed the quirk on to the third user. So then he could escape. So yeah, you kind of get this. Now, what is it? Now, you get this clash, and Shigiraki is seeing the one for all vestiges, and he's just like, why? Hold on a quick second, guys.
Whew.
Yeah, so what's happening is Deku smashes Shigaraki into the ground. Shigaraki's just like, why? They look like they're gonna charge at each other and they're gonna clash, right? But then Deku, he uses Gearshift again. Now we know Gearshift, he can increase his speed. He actually uses Gearshift to slow him down. And Shigaraki looks like he's gonna go in for an attack because he's like, I can read your movements. And then Deku's just like, low gear. And he literally is slower. And then Shigaraki's like, what? And then that's when Deku gets the upper hand on him. And then the crazy part is, it's funny because I was thinking about this, especially with the fact that now My Hero Academia is ending. I'm like, well, when we eventually get the final clash of Deku versus Shigaraki, I really hope they play You Say Run, because holy shit, the anime has not played that song for a very long time. I forgot when the last time they even played You Say Run. It had to be the all my all for one fight back in season 3, the last time they played You Say Run. It's been a while since I've heard it. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the next thing you know, these motherfuckers, Toho Animation, the anime staff starts playing You Say Run again. And I'm just like, I'm hearing that song, I'm like, oh shit, let's go! Again, You Say Run goes with anything.
So they say.
You just have it to where Deku's doing all these moves, and he does this big clash in his chest of Shigaraki, and you're like, wow, this might be it. This could be it. Is this it? Is this the final clash? Not really. We see something that Shigaraki look like it popping out of his stomach. What that may be, we don't know what it is.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's all I gotta say. What the fuck?
So, yeah, that's kind of the thing that's going on. Also, we forgot to mention too, Mirio did tell, because Deku calls Shigaraki all for one, and then Mario's like, wait a second, if you think he's all for one, that's not true, because I said something kind of insensitive to him, and he actually kind of freaked out. So I think Shigaraki actually still in there. And we know Deku, he's trying to save Shigaraki. Personally, I think it's weird and stupid. I say just kill him and be done with it. But we know Deku is a hero, and he wants to save Shigaraki from the clutches of All for One.
You know what they say, heroes have moral codes.
I get it. I understand it. But I'm sorry. If I was a superhero, I'm killing the problem so I don't have to ever deal with it again. So then they don't hurt any more people, and that doesn't corrupt me.
Okay, I guess you'll be an anti-hero then.
At least I'll take care of the problem.
I guess.
Anyways. Yeah. We get another vestige thing. Shigaraki is trying, or All for One is trying to hide this Shigaraki persona, and something comes out. And that's where we get left off on a cliffhanger. No break next week, thank goodness. I think we're going to be in the long run till the season ends. Wherever the season ends, I don't know. Unless season 8, if it ends on a massive cliffhanger before the final end of this story, season 8 is probably going to be like, maybe shit. Yeah, who knows? It could be a very shortened season. You know, personally, with the fact the manga is done, I don't know. I know they're scheduled for the amount of episodes they're scheduled, but shit, they should just tack on the remaining episodes and finish this damn anime to finish the damn story, instead of just being like, we're gonna wait maybe a few seasons, maybe summer of anime 2025, shit, maybe fall of anime 2025, and then you'll get your final conclusion of MHA. Who knows? Which personally, that'd be a long ass wait to probably see a shortened season anyways, but unless they want to put all their budget into it, I guess that makes sense. Unless they give it to us as early as spring of anime 2025, and they use all that movie money they got to put on the budget for the animation for the final season. Which again, like I said, it's gonna probably be like a short episode season, like shit. Honestly, with where they end maybe season 7, based on where they end it, I could probably give a good rough estimate of how many episodes we'd be potentially getting if they do one more season. And I'm talking about they might even give us less than 10. It might be 8 based on where 8 or 9 based on where they end it.
What if they do what Demon Slayer is planning, where the final season is gonna end up in like in movies?
Why would they?
I'm just saying, what if?
They're not going to do that. But where we're at right now, My Hero Academia doesn't need an in-canon movie to finish the story.
Whatever.
Well, here's the difference to your point. The Demon Slayer thing is actually adapting a full-fledged arc. We're actually currently in a current arc. This is it after this.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
So I don't think they would, and plus with the little chapters they would have left to adapt, that's it, because you would only be if you're going to turn this into a movie, you literally would be only adapting the final part of Shigiraki versus Deku. That's all. I'm not giving them away manga spoilers or anything. I'm just saying that. So there's no point. I'd rather just do an 8-episode arc like they did with Demon Slayer training thing. It's probably, some of those episodes may go over an hour, maybe be around an hour long. So who knows? Like I said, the final season will probably be a very shortened season, even shorter than season 1's season. Again, like I said, I think we'll be getting less than, based on where we end, we potentially could be getting less than 10 episodes for the final season of MHA, which in reality, now that the series is over in the manga, this should be the final season. And honestly, if I was the animation staff or whoever's directing, I'd be like, listen, adapt the remaining manga pages. We're gonna keep this shit running till the end. But they're not going. I don't know how many episodes we have left in the season. But this shit is not ending like this year. The anime is going to go on for at least one more season, and they're going to deem it as My Hero Academia the final season, with like the last few bits of whatever fights have left over. So we'll see. But a great episode to return to My Hero Academia in all its greatness. And I'm going to enjoy the last of it. Again, people, enjoy the last of it, because when it's gone, it's going to be gone for good, and it ain't coming back. There has been no announcement of any sequels as of today. Now it is, unless they do a My Hero Academia Vigilantes anime, which is a prequel.
I've been wondering about that because I did hear you mention it in the past. I'm like, wait, so are you think that there could be a My Hero Vigilantes arc? Like,
well, it'll be a complete prequel. I'm shocked that they haven't animated it yet, but maybe they're just gonna wait for the original series to end and then maybe they animate it. Maybe they see how reception is. I don't know. We'll see. The demand for My Hero Academia is as high as Dragon Ball, especially out in the West. So, I don't know. Again, I said in my manga chapter review that ended off the series, I don't know if Horikoshi ever going to decide to do a sequel. Personally, my opinion, if he wants to do a sequel, I'm down for it. But I want him to do a sequel in legitimately like fucking 5-10 years from now. I want that man's health to be the #1 priority. Because it has always been reported Horikoshi's health in the latter half of the MHA story was very rapidly declining. I want his ass to not have to worry about anything else. I want him, for the next 5 to 10 years, get his health under control if he wants to come back full time and rewrite My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing right then and there. Anyways, yeah, crap, I felt like I had something else to talk about. No, I guess I did. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day, night, or when checking out this video. Till then, guys, see you guys later. Hit that subscribe button. Not only to my channel, but my co-host channel, and stuff like that. Until then, guys, peace.
Peace.